Hello, I'm backstage at ECEC 2022 with Roselyn Baah, who's just come off stage. Roselyn, tell us a little bit about you and your career. How did you start in compliance?
So it's very interesting. I actually fell into compliance. I feel like this is always the story that we hear, that people fall into compliance. But I had the opportunity to work in a very small firm, and it was very tough, but it was so fantastic in terms of what it exposed me to. So it was a brokerage firm where you get to see sort of the beginning of trade starting and all the way to the end, whereas such as compliance controls coming in, checks and balances, all that stuff, and it was great because it basically advanced my career very quickly. I was doing lots of stuff. Also playing sort of like a de facto senior management role there, being the size of the firm, and now I'm the MLRO and compliance oversight officer at a London-based asset management firm. And I think what's been great with my career is that I'm a black woman. I'm very young for the role that I hold, and there are so many things that kind of it says that you can't do these things, and that is what I'm trying to change with the network, and just sort of give people the ingredients of what has helped me, and sort of emulate that.
And you talked in your presentation very passionately about the network, and what fascinates me is obviously you spotted that there was a challenge there, but you stepped up to do it. What inspired you to kind of take that step, and because there's a lot of work?
Yeah, it is a lot of work, and I think what inspired me was that a lot of people just don't know how much people are willing to help. I think sometimes it's assuming that I'm in my little bubble, and let's say if I want to even do a qualification and I don't know what qualification to do to advance myself, I can kind of just wing it and figure it out. And I think at every stage that I have made a strategic decision regarding my career progression is because of mentors that I have, is because of attending events like this where someone will share something interesting, and I'll think, oh, let me try that, and then it turns out to work for me. And so, before I was in a consultancy role, and then I moved into the small firm because my mentor at the time advised me that if you want to move into compliance, it's good to do the very unsexy work, but it will propel you very quickly if you actually put the time into it. So I think for me, the motivation is being able to give easy access to these things that a lot of people don't know, be it from a networking point of view, be it from a training point of view, be it from, in our industry, the new regulations that are coming in, trying to understand it. But it's a lot of work, but for me, it's the results that drive me when someone will attend an event on career progression, and then they will then come back and say, I've been able to renegotiate my salary because of what a senior leader said about how to push back on when you feel like you're not being paid well. So those are the things that fulfill me.
And one of the challenging things about compliance is it's not something any child grows up wanting to be, and so it's not a particularly sexy brand. Yeah. How do you think about promoting that? Is that a challenge?
Do you know what? I've been doing a lot more of that. I've been speaking at sort of sixth forms and universities, and what I say is that compliance gives you power. That's what makes it sexy. It gives you power. It gives you have influence in terms of what a business can do and what they should do. I mean, we also advise on how to go about certain roadblocks, but who doesn't want to have some sort of power? And I think something that's also missed is that compliance, it really opens up the opportunities to gain access to senior management within a business, and so that's something that I think a lot of people value from a visibility standpoint, but a lot of people just kind of fall into compliance, and that's also kind of part of what I'm trying to change when I go to these schools and I talk about it, that this is an area you can actually pursue, and you don't need to study law, you don't need to specifically study finance or anything. It's really about bringing a skill set of willing to learn, look at things differently, question it, and make sense of it.
Final question, your first time at ECEC, how have you found it?
It has been fantastic. I must say the ECEC team, EQS team, they have been phenomenal. I think it's been very smooth. Also, it's is very sophisticated in terms of like even the productions, the support they gave us. It's been great. I'm very impressed, but also I love the sense of building a sense of community. Even last night I had the network drinks, and it was just great to find out about what the other speakers are doing. So good on them. I'm looking forward to 2023. Happy to shout off the rooftops from what they're doing, and hopefully there'll be more people that are involved in things like this. And it all boils down in that visibility is needed to put more of the word out there on these things. So,
amazing.
Welcome to the team.
Thank you so much, Roselyn.
Thank you.